Hi, Millbrook. This week we enter into the season of Lent, the 40 days leading us to Easter Sunday. This season started with Ash Wednesday, where we come together to be reminded of our mortality, of our finitude, of our fragility. I'm always humbled and profoundly touched by this holy day of Ash Wednesday. I remember one of my first Ash Wednesdays at Millbrook when we did drive through ashes down in the lower parking lot. I was amazed at the amount of people who would come just to be reminded that we are nothing more than the dust of the earth. I was especially touched by the profoundness that right across from our lower parking lot, as Christy and I were administering ashes, we heard the laughter and sounds of children playing on the playground. What a moment to be reminded that this life is full of beautiful, joyful things, the bliss of children playing on the playground, and also this life holds such pain, such mortality, such vulnerability, and everything in between. This Lenten season, we embark on a journey with Christ in solidarity of his suffering towards the cross, and it all begins with Ash Wednesday. So I want to read you a prayer, a blessing written by Dr. Kate Bowler, who's a professor at Duke Divinity School. This is a blessing, a prayer for Ash Wednesday, and while Ash Wednesday has passed, I hope we can hold some of these things true throughout the entire Lenten season. Hear now this blessing, friends. God, today my finitude is rubbed on my forehead, the reality of my limits, my fragile body spoken over me like a curse. From dust I was made, to dust I will return. Some days I need to be reminded that I'm not a perfectibility project I set out to be. I am full of bounce and brimming with hope, all woes solvable, all problems a distant whisper. When I don't feel like dust, bless me, O God. In the ways I trick myself into believing that my life is something I've made, that all my accomplishments and success and mastered mornings add up to something independent from you. On days like today, when my head hangs low, sunk with grief of my neediness, bless me, O God. When my joints don't work like they should, or when I grow sick or turn gray too soon, when my body betrays me, or perhaps it is doing exactly what it is supposed to do, tell me again exactly how you made me from dust to dust. Blessed are we, a mess of contradictions in our disillusions and deep hopes, in our fragility and in our finitude. Friends, let us hold these truths close to our heart this Lent as we journey with Christ. Some of you may do this in a variety of ways. Lent is a season where we come in contact with the brokenness of the world, where we share those laments with our neighbor, where we suffer together alongside of Christ and alongside of those on the margins who in our community are suffering. This Lent, might you do a spiritual evaluation. How are you? What can you do to strengthen that solidarity you hold with Christ? Perhaps you'll do so through fasting, giving up a food like chocolate or alcohol or fast food in these 40 days. Perhaps you'll let go of some habit like watching too much TV or spending too much time on social media. Perhaps you'll add in a spiritual practice like meditation, committed time to morning prayer, spiritual devotion, or reading your scriptures. How is God calling you to observe a holy Lent, a season that we kick off with the reminder that we are but human? From dust we came, and to dust we shall return. This is our challenge and blessing this Lenten season.